Alright, so yesterday we went over how to get to this point in your tiny house project. We did the border and title block on 12 by 18 paper. Alright, we set up, found our start point 3 inches over, 1.25 inches up. All that's regular measurements. Once we got to this corner, anything we do from that point on is 3/8 equals a foot measurement. Now, after you have your perimeter done, the next thing you would do is add your steps after you've done these interior walls. To do the steps is pretty simple. What I did to figure it out is this. I knew where the starting and ending of the steps were, so this is like the top of the stairwell, this is the bottom of the stairwell, and I knew I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So what I did was I measured at 3/8 scale, and I found that the measurement was 3 feet 9 inches. Now 3 feet is 36 inches, plus 9 is 45. We're going to do 5 steps. So 45 divided by 5 is 9. So we're going to make our steps at 9 inches a step. Okay, I've already pre-marked them. The cool thing about this is if you measure this way, it's 2 feet. So you come down to the bottom, measure up 2 feet. Do a very light horizontal line across. Use your triangle. And whatever you do up top, you do on the bottom. Now when I say top and bottom, this piece here that I'm drawing on right at this moment is the top view of the second floor. This one is the top view of the first floor. The stairs are bringing you up to what's called a loft. A loft is an elevated surface. In the tiny houses, they're usually either used for storage, a bed, room, or like an office. Sometimes they're used for a guest bedroom on top of it. So sometimes this will be the 1 bedroom and this will be the 2nd bedroom, depending on how your tiny house is set up. Now that you're up to this point, if you are lucky enough to be in school, what I did was I printed out packets for you. Okay? When you go to print out the packets, these were on the first tiny house assignment. What you're going to see is on the front, it says here, redraw the 2 floor plans at 1/2 inch equals a foot. Change this to 3/8 equals a foot. We said that already. Everything else should be the same. When you're flipping through the packet, you're going to eventually get to this page here. Now, the way this page is set up, I printed them at 3/8 of an inch equals a foot. So people in school won't have to worry about this converting stuff. You could just cut it right out of this paper. If you are at home and you go to print this out, the first time you go to print it out, it's going to be super zoomed in because it's set up at this zoom, but it's not really made for this zoom when you look at it online. When you go to the print button, if you print it at 20%, it will go to the size. The easiest way to check if you did it correctly is when you go to 3/8 scale, this box here is your reference. This is your scale reference. It says 6 inches for that box. If you take your scale and you measure, and you find that from 0 to 6, you have 6 inches here, you have then scaled your drawing right. If you don't have the ability to do this, your other option is this. You take, or go online and get your measurements. If you want to do them off this paper though, what you do is you find like your stove. You go to this paper, if we know 1 box is 6 inches, when we go to the stove, if we count, I have 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes deep. So this is deep, 4 boxes, 4 times 6 is 24. 24 is 2 feet. And wide it's 4 boxes. So we know it's 2 foot wide by the height we don't have by 2 foot deep. The refrigerator. So let's find the refrigerator. Here's the refrigerator here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 30 inches by height by 30 inches. So its width is 30, depth is 30, the height we don't know yet. Counter storage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 wide. 6 wide is 36 inches or 3 feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4 deep by height by 2 feet. So that's how you can get your measurements of your things. Once you have them, you're either going to draw them, or if you actually have the ability to print it out at 3/8 scale, you're going to cut some out. Once you start cutting out, you'll start to figure out where everything's going to go. Couple tips. I'm personally going to put my bed up on the second story. What I need to do, I need to figure out where my kitchen is going to go and where my bathroom is going to go. Those are the two important things you should start with, your kitchen and your bathroom. You can figure out your living room after that, but kitchen and bathroom. The two main spots to put the kitchen and bathroom are either placing the bathroom with the shower like this in one end. Now you can rearrange this and change it around. Do it like this if you want. All right, build a wall here. You can put it on the opposite side, kind of doing the same exact thing. All right, shower across from it. You can put the shower, bath, toilet like this. Okay, it doesn't matter to me. For this case, I'm going to leave it here. Remember, this is the front of the trailer. It's got that tongue point here. Right, on the back of the house, let's say I want to put my kitchen here. Maybe I'll put my fridge right by the ladder. Put my kitchen sink, my dishwasher in the corner, my fridge, my stove maybe right next to it. Maybe I have some counter space here. Or I could do it, you know, an opposite way where I do like the fridge here, stove against the wall, sink and dishwasher, kind of like this. Right, put a little countertop here, put a countertop here. Right, or I could do that in this corner here, depending on how I want to set it up. Put the fridge right next to the stairs. I can't put things under the stairs like this. You can put it here. So maybe I want to do it like this, kitchen sink, stove here. Now it comes to, where is your door going to go? How are you going to get in this place? Okay, if I decide I want to put my living room here, I'm going to put my sofa here. You will also need to eventually put a sofa here. And the reason is, if this is a loft and this is a loft, that makes this a big open space here. So whatever you draw on the bottom floor here, you don't see here. Whatever you draw from this space over this way, on top, you won't see here, nor will you see the bottom stuff here. But between these two, whatever you have, you're going to see here, and you're going to see here. It's a lofted ceiling, meaning the ceiling is open, not that the floor goes up. All right? Where would my door go is the question for this. Most of the doors you saw were right in the middle on the tiny houses we looked at. Gives you ample room to go left, go right, brings light to the middle of the house. A lot of times they were like glass doors. The only issue I see with that is, where does your TV go if your couch is here? So in my opinion, if I was doing my own tiny house, and this was my tiny house, I would place my door in one of two or three spots. I would either put my door here, I wouldn't put my door here right across. I might put my door here, or I could put my door on this side and kind of go into the kitchen. I have in the past, I've seen people do the door on the back side. They put the kitchen over here. They'll like put the fridge on one side, maybe put the stove and the sink and the countertop here, maybe a little countertop here or something, and then they'll put the door in the middle here. I've seen that also. It is up to you how you set up your doorway and where your doorway goes. Walking in underneath the loft, remember those lofts are only 6'8" tall, so it's going to feel short when you walk in that door. You might want it to be, when you walk in the door, to feel that big openness, and then when you go into the kitchen it's lower, or when you go into the bathroom it's got the lower ceiling. That is up to you. It is your job to lay out your house however you want. Just remember that anything that is under the loft you don't see on the top, but anything that's not under a loft, like this kitchen sink, if I were to keep this here, I would also need to have a kitchen sink here. You should see that. Okay? I think that's enough for today. I'm going to put this up online soon so you can double back and view it. I expect all of you to be working to try to get to this point today, maybe not with the stuff, but to get with the outlines and how your title block goes. All right, let's get to work.